What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for the day, and you guys see it on the screen, man. We just hit back-to-back 8.5Xs in the last 24 hours. So pretty much right after I released yesterday's video, we go ahead and cash this one right here with Carlson and Omen both going over, and then we also cashed this one overnight for an 8.5X, guys. We are absolutely crushing it, and what do you know, guys? We are back at all-time highs, and I just want to show you guys something. All right, if you guys will listen to this, hopefully you guys hear it. Just listen to me talk right here. This was July 27th. So this was a little bit over a week ago, and look at what I say. So again, we're up 191 units. I'm going to leave a little emoji in today's title. It's going to be like a little hand emoji going like this. And it's going to show me, this is the video where I talked about this stuff. And when we go back to all-time highs, which I know we're going to, I don't know if it's going to happen next week. I don't know if it's going to happen next month, whatever. When we're back at all-time highs, okay, it's going to happen. I'm going to go back to this very video and tell you guys, I told you so. It always happens. And all right, look, guys, here's the emoji I put in this video, July 27th. At this moment in time, we are on a little bit of a losing streak, right? I've gone over this at length on my videos so far this whole 30 days, the last month in July, whatever it is. We had an amazing start to July. We went up 17 units straight. 17 days of winning. And then we had like a 9-day slump, something like that. And we had a pretty bad 9 days, right? This was a very interesting month because we were at the high of highs going and winning every day. It felt like we could never miss again winning in these days. And then we had a bad time, a bad run where it felt like we were never going to hit again. And now we are back up to all-time highs in literally less than a week, okay? What's crazy to me is during this time, I had comments like this, and I'm trying not to be petty, but comments like this, they fuel me, guys. They fuel me to the people out there that really believe in me and really trust the system and tail on my bets and watch my videos. And I just want to say I appreciate you guys for trusting the process, for trusting me, and for actually listening to what I say. Look at this guy. He said, join the VIP and haven't hit a winning day yet. This is a scam, bro. A blind man could have picked some winning PrizePicks plays by now, right? And every day I came on here during this winning, this losing streak. I'm pretty sure he said this on like July 25th or something like that, right? He said I was scamming people when every day I was telling you guys that this was the process. So, you know, I genuinely do not feel bad for people like this because they're not even listening to me. They're not even listening to what I have to say. They're not even listening to the actual process of this all. And what's crazy to me about a comment like this, again, I'm not trying to be petty. I'm just really trying to show you guys the ups and downs of this game and how emotional people can be, because someone like this is never going to succeed. They're never going to win sports betting because they're just going to jump day to day to day. They're going to have really high highs. Oh my gosh, you're so good at sports betting because we had a good day. And then if we have a bad day, oh my gosh, this is a scam, bro. I haven't, this sucks. Now I'm down and all this stuff. This is why I tell you guys every day not to be emotional, not to think day to day. And now we're here at all-time highs once again in less than a week. And this guy, I hope he's gone. I hope he's elsewhere on the internet somewhere trolling someone else. But what's crazy is that he says I was scamming people when every day all I do, and this is the number one thing that I talk about, guys, every day, all I'm here to do is to show you guys my wins and my losses. At the core of this channel, that is all I'm trying to do. I obviously track everything. I'm as transparent as possible, but I show you guys every day. Look at the screen right here, right? In this screen, we had an incredible day. We went up like 20 units yesterday. You're going to see some wins. You're going to see some losses. And most days, I'm going over mostly losses. I'm talking about losses. I'm talking about, guys, look at our record over the past 2026. Look, we've only won 300 entries and we've lost over 1,000 entries. Why is that? Because I play a lot of 3 and 4 man, so get ready to lose quite a lot in the VIP. So it's up to you if you want to join the VIP or not, right? Do you want to make 250 units in 6 months? 250 units in 6 months to a $10 better would be $2,500. Do you want to make $2,500 in 6 months? I don't know. Do you? It's up to you, right? You can join or not. I give you guys multiple opportunities to join the VIP for free and everything. And again, I know, I'm talking about the bad cookies here, but these are the people that fuel me. They make me get up every day. They make me prove people wrong, and they ultimately make me deliver you guys the best picks possible, right? I could give out like 3 picks a day and just sit on the beach, sit at the pool somewhere and be like, you know what, this is good. I know I can win long term. And, if people want to troll me, whatever, but these are the people who push me, push me, push me. And the people out there, if you're watching this video, if you're in the VIP, whatever it is, I cannot even tell you how much I respect you for tailing my picks, for understanding that we have a long-term winning strategy, for tailing my picks, for putting your hard money on the entries that I put out every day, right? Because I have ran into people in my personal life, people that are my friends even, and they'll be like, you know what, dude, Vegas always wins. Don't you know Vegas always wins? You can't beat Vegas long-term. What are you talking about? You're profitable sports betting. You know, Vegas is gonna win at some point, you know, all this. And I'll be like, dude, I have 10,000 bets tracked. And I'll be like, most of the time, like 50-60% of my entries are on esports. You know, I'll tell them this and they'll be like, what's esports? I've never heard of esports. So they don't even give the chance to be profitable, or to think about being profitable, or to think about anything that I say. You know, all they say is they just instantly shut it down, and they'll be like, you know, Vegas always wins, so you're wrong, and everything that I've heard the rest of so far in my life has been correct, right? So the people out there that truly trust the process, they understand what we do here, which is called correlated betting. You know, and you will make a lot of money this year, and you'll make a lot of money the rest of this year for the football season, all that stuff, by tailing my bets and by trusting in me, okay? So, yes, we're back at all-time highs. What is so amazing about being back at all-time highs, you know, sometimes I put too much of a claim on this, but I just think it's so amazing that at this very moment, this very minute in time, we are at the highest point that my VIP has ever been at, okay? So if you joined at literally the peak of peaks, you know, which I think was like July 17th, right? If you joined on July 17th, and I tell you guys to think monthly, think seasonally, right? Think long term. Don't think week to week. Don't think day to day. So some of you guys might have joined right here, and you guys might have joined at the very peak of everything, and you might have been like, man, it's unlucky that I joined at literally the peak, but I'm going to hear this guy out, and I'm going to trust the process, and I'm going to stop thinking week to week, day to day, and I'm going to start thinking month to month. If you trusted me and you took all my bets, you are now up. You are now up on money, and we are now at the highest point we have ever been on my VIP, right? We're up 1,200 units over the past 2.5 years. We have only had 4 losing months in 33 months I have been doing this, okay? I talk about this all the time. We have had more 100-unit months than we have ever had losing months on this channel and in my VIP. That is an incredible statistic, okay? So again, guys, trust the process. Understand you're going to lose a lot, right? Today, we might have a losing day. Tomorrow, we might have a losing day. Today, we might have a 50-unit day. I never know how these things are going to go. What I do know is we have an edge long-term, and as long as we keep playing consistent plays in esports, in soccer, in football, we are going to win long term. A lot of times on my VIP, you're going to see a miss, a miss, a miss. You might see like 5 misses, and then eventually we're going to have that hit. And that one hit here might be like a 9.5x, and that 9.5x is going to pay off all of these misses. That is why you're going to see that my record is very weird, because we lose a lot. People are not used to losing in sports betting, and people don't like to lose. And it's funny because in sports betting, guys, you're going to have to lose at some point. You're going to have losing days, and you're going to have losing entries. So if you don't like to lose, this is the wrong thing for you, and you should just go somewhere else, right? Just go somewhere else. So we're going to lose quite a lot. You're going to see, I'm not going to go too much into this video, but you're going to see what do you know, guys? In soccer, we take unders together. Look how correlated these guys are. They're super correlated under together. We took the unders right here. These guys are super correlated under together, right? We took the unders here in League of Legends, for example, with Tarek Skubal. By the way, Tarek absolutely sold us. He had so many like discounts and stuff. He sold us on BETR. He sold us on PrizePicks, and he sold us on a sleeper entry right here. So he was discounted on like 3 different apps. I took him on 3 different apps, and he missed. So of course, the discounts were like the only thing that sucked yesterday. Taco Tuesday, I'm pretty sure, went 0 for 3. Absolutely disgraceful by PrizePicks. Right here, we miss an entry because of the taco. But anyway, you know, it is what it is, guys. Discounts are just, you know, they are what they are. As you guys know, in League of Legends, this is the last thing I'll probably go over until I get into the picks here, is that, guys, look at League of Legends right here, right? If you look at this play right here that hit for us after yesterday's video with Carlson and Omen, let's go ahead and dive into this game, right? So if you look at this game, it was 24-5, right? And Galleons ends up winning. And what do you know? We took the over on Omen, and we took the over on Carlson. Carlson gets 10 kills. Omen gets 7 kills. The simple reason is because they won the game. So because they win the game, they're going to get a lot of kills. You'll see they got 24 kills, while the other team only got 5 kills. Look at the other team's kills. 2 kills, 2 kills, 1 kill, 0 kill. So everyone on this team went under, and pretty much everyone on this team went over. I'm pretty sure Harpoon actually did go under, which is unfortunate if you bet on Harpoon. But again, I took Omen and I took Carlson, right? We've had a lot of situations where I will sometimes take the one guy who goes under. But in this case, we took Omen, we took Carlson, the right players, and they go over because they absolutely destroyed this team. Similar thing here in League of Legends. I'm not really going to go over it, but these guys go over together. And you'll even see here some of the misses that we have, right here with Zion, right here, Zion, I don't know how you say that name, and Jackie Love, right? And if you go into this game with these two players, I believe it's right here. I'm sorry that I didn't have this pulled up, but it's right here. Well, what do you know, right? We bet on TES, this team, and we took their unders, and what ends up happening is they 2-0 their opponent. So in League of Legends, if you know if a team's going to win the game, they're going to have more kills. If a team's going to lose the game, they're going to have less kills. And you can use sportsbooks odds to determine this, okay? So in the first game, it was 7-23. I always say the winning team gets about 2 to 3x the amount of kills as the losing team. As you're going to see here, the winning team, 3 kills by this guy, 8 kills by this guy, 6 kills by this guy, 6 kills by this guy. And again, everyone on this team that ends up losing gets a low number of kills. Same thing with the second game. Look at the second game. It was 9-21, right? So again, between 2 to 3x the amount of kills the winning team's going to get as the losing team. 5 kills here, 1 kill here, 4 kills here, and 10 kills here. You might say, well, this guy only got 1 kill. Yeah, but if you look at the first game, he got 8 kills. So literally everyone on this side went over, right? If anyone on TES went over, and anyone on this team, this Edward Gaming team, goes under because they lose 2 games and because TES wins 2 games, right? Now, if the game would have went 1-1, it might have been a different story. But again, we bet on the unders and the overs hit because they go 2-0. And that's what's going to happen sometimes, right? Sometimes we're going to make the wrong calls. But again, most of the time, if you trust the process and you take these 4-mans like I take them, the wins are going to far exceed the losses, right? Even this play here, I don't have this play pulled up. But look at this, right? I took the under and I took the under on these 2 guys. This is a horrible call. I took the under. What do you think ends up happening in this game, right? I believe this is Vitality is their team name. Well, I can ensure you that Vitality won this game, okay? And Vitality was not favored to win this game, but they did. So it happens sometimes in sports. But I took the under 3 and the under 2, and look, this guy gets 11 kills and this guy gets 12 kills. I can guarantee you it is because they won the game, right? So this is what happens in League of Legends. You don't even have to look at the plays sometimes. You can tell that the play goes and they win the game because of how many kills they got. It's just like in soccer when I went over this yesterday with Leonardo Gil and with Oscar Cortez, and I showed you guys that these guys had a lot of passes, and I had you guys, I was like, guess, you can actually see that these guys had a lot of possession in this game because they have a lot of passes. So you don't even sometimes have to look at the game. You can already tell by looking at if the players hit or not, if they have a lot of possession or not a lot of possession in soccer, or if they win or lose in League of Legends, right? And this is our correlated betting strategy. If one thing happens, then multiple things are going to happen, okay? So let's get into the first pick of the day. After that, I'm going to tell you guys a couple of the best ways to get into the VIP, and then I'll get into the PrizePicks play, obviously, okay? So the better play of the day is a discount right here. Obviously, yesterday's better discount was Skoball. He misses, which sucks, but guys, it's a discount. Most of the time they are going to hit. Same thing with Taco Tuesday, right? Taco Tuesday pretty much all misses, and that can be frustrating, but at the end of the day, Taco Tuesday does have like a 70 to 75% hit chance, over a long period of time, right? And that's another thing that I always echo is be long-term focused, right? 3 discounts did miss yesterday on Taco Tuesday. It sucks that PrizePicks always gives us bad discounts, but most of the time they are going to hit, right? So you got to give them credit for that. Now we're going to take this girl right here. I do not know how to say her last name, but I'm going to take her over because she's discounted down from 28.5. Okay. So I don't even know how to say her name. I don't know much about this player. The sole reason why I'm taking her over is because she's discounted down by 4 points in rebounds. Okay. So that's an amazing discount. This instantly brings any prop from being like a 50-50 prop, whether they're going to go over or under. If she's discounted by 4 points rebounds, this instantly puts it down to like a 75 to 80% chance of hitting. Okay, so this is an amazing play. Second part of this is Joe Deceives, and we're going to take him under 64 kills in maps 1 through 3. This is in Call of Duty. Okay, so we took a COD play yesterday. I don't think the game has happened yet, so I don't know if it hit or not. But again, another COD play here. We're going to take Joe Deceives to go under 64, and I think this line should be more like 62. Okay, so if it bumps to 63, you can still take it at 63. Great play right here on Better. Before I get into the PrizePicks entry, guys, I do want to show you guys a couple of ways to get into the VIP for $10 or less, right? So you can sign up for Kalshi. You'll get 2 free months of the VIP. All you have to do is sign up with code DETECTIVE. It is right here, and you can get 2 free months of the VIP with Kalshi. So if you do not have Kalshi, it is available pretty much everywhere, I believe. I think it's like all the states except maybe one or two. And then you can also, what I do recommend is you text me before you sign up for this, okay? So text me so I can get you guys the right code and the right link to sign up for. I've had a lot of people sign up for NOVIG in the past couple of days here, okay? NOVIG is now available nationwide. So I know a lot of people who live in California, they did not have NOVIG before the past couple of days, and a lot of people who lived in Arizona, the same thing. So if you live in one of those states, NOVIG is now live in your state and you can sign up. So I've had a lot of people that tried to sign up for NOVIG in the past, but could not because they lived in a state like California or Arizona. So if you live in one of those states, you can now sign up for NOVIG, and I'm doing 2 months free of the VIP on NOVIG for the next couple of days here. I'm doing this away after the weekend, okay? So up until now, up until Sunday night, you can get 2 free months of the VIP with a NOVIG sign up. It is with code DETECTIVE. Right now, what NOVIG is doing, I believe, based on what I'm seeing, what people are having, is you put in $10 and you get a free $25, okay? So all you have to do is put in $10 and you get a free $25 to play with on NOVIG. So you'll pretty much start with $35, which is decent money right there, right? You're pretty much getting a free $25. So who doesn't like that? And on top of that, the most important part is you'll obviously get 2 free months of the VIP, okay? Last thing before we get into the PrizePicks play of the day is my football season pass, guys, is $150. And I've gotten a lot of questions about this. I know it can be kind of confusing, but because it says football season pass, whenever I run a VIP promo, it is just the period of time that you're getting the promo for, okay? So when I'm talking about football season pass, you're getting all of my plays from now up until the next Super Bowl. So up until Super Bowl 61 on February 14th, 2027. This is all of my plays, okay? So if I send out an MLB play, you'll get it. If I send out an NFL play, you'll obviously get it. If I send an underdog play, you'll get it. PrizePicks, you'll get it. NOVIG play, you'll get it. You get everything. My VIP is just my VIP. I don't have different tiers. I don't have different, like, you're just going to get my straight bets versus my parlays versus my NFL picks. It is everything, okay? So you get everything for like 7 months for $150. If you do the math, that comes out to like $20 a month. You can also finance it if you want, and you can slowly pay that off as you make money on the VIP. This is also, on top of all this, profit guaranteed. So if you do not make $150 by the end of the season, I will pay your money back. I will give you your money back at the end of the season, guys. I'm telling you guys, you'll probably pay this off by mid-September. I mean, you guys know what we can do. Like, if you bought this pass a couple days ago, you've probably already paid it off. Like, you guys have probably already paid this off if you bought this a couple days ago, because we've gone up. I think we went up like 18 units yesterday, or maybe 19 units. So if you're a $10 better, that would be $190. So you would have already paid off this pass right here in the past couple of days alone. So that's what I'm talking about, guys. We function on a different level than most people here, okay? So you guys will pay this off very quickly, all right? Do not get me wrong. Most people who have bought this pass in the past 2 years, whether it be 2024 or 2025, they probably paid this off in September, and they probably 30 to 50x their money with this pass every time they buy it, because that is how much we win, okay? So I know I talked a lot. I know I'm kind of like flaunting my wins and stuff. I'm not trying to be. I'm just trying to say, if you guys watch these videos every day, you're going to see that we win consistently, okay? And that's all I can really say. All I can do is just show you guys the entries of us winning and losing, and show you guys the record, and show you guys the profit loss, right? It's like that, right? I hope you guys also track your bets, because as you guys track your bets, you're going to see that bankroll go up, and you're going to see that what I do here is legit, okay? So we're going to take 2 guys in soccer. They are playing at San Luis versus Inter Miami, okay? And we're going to take both of these guys on San Luis to go under together for the very simple reason they're playing Inter Miami. And yesterday, they're pretty much going through a tournament, I believe it's called League Cup, something like that. And it is a lot of MLS teams versus a lot of League MX team. So it's Mexico versus the United States League, right? And a lot of the United States League teams were dominating yesterday. So it looks like the US teams are better than the League MX teams, especially a team like Inter Miami. Inter Miami is the best MLS team. They have Messi, they have Rodrigo de Paul, they have really, really good players, right? So I do not think that San Luis is going to possess the ball very much against Inter Miami. Inter Miami is actually the best possession team, or the top 2 possession team in the MLS. So I believe they're going to have the ball quite a lot, and San Luis is not going to have the ball a lot, right? So we're betting on this guy right here, and we're betting on this guy right here to go under together. The simple fact is, if they have less possession, then they're going to go under together. If they have more possession, then they're probably going to go over together, okay? So I'm expecting these guys to have in the 40s, somewhere in the 40s level possession. So whether that be 47 or 45 or 42. I think they have in the mid 40s level possession. I think Inter Miami easily takes 55, 57% possession because they're the much better team in this game, okay? Again, this is very correlated. How soccer works is a lot of passing, right? If you've ever watched a soccer game, if you watched the World Cup, you saw 99% of it is just players passing to each other, right? So these players are going to constantly be passing to each other. If they do not have the ball, then they're not going to be able to pass. It's as simple as that. If Inter Miami has the ball a lot, these guys are not going to be able to pass a lot. And that is what I think is going to happen in this game. These guys are very tied together, very correlated, okay? One thing that I want to show is just like I talked about yesterday, here's this guy right here, Sebastian, and here's this guy right here, Eduardo, okay? And if you look between these two players, what do you know? They're extremely correlated. And I talked about this yesterday even. We did hit yesterday's entry with Yordan Alvarez. I don't even think I talked about it, but we did hit this right here. And I did the same thing yesterday with Cubas and with Blackmon, right? I flipped between both of these guys on Pick Finder, and you'll see that this guy goes over. This guy DMP'd, but I can 99% certainty tell you if he played, he would have went over. Why? Because I did the same thing yesterday because I flipped between these two guys. Every time one guy goes over, the other guy goes over, and every time one guy goes under, the other guy goes under, okay? So this time I'm taking the guys to go under because they're playing Inter Miami. Very solid team. But you will see that these guys have gone over together the past 2 games. And then if you look past that, you know, the next 8 games, these guys have gone under together every single game. Now you might be saying, well, what about this game right here where he gets 55 and he barely goes over? Well, if you look at Eduardo here, he doesn't have this game, right? This was on the 14th of March, so he doesn't even play in this game, right? So this guy plays in this game. This guy does not play in this game. Also, some of these games down here, this guy's not playing the full game, so you got to be aware of that on Pick Finder. If you guys have Pick Finder, you can see the minutes that they played here. But again, very simple stuff here. If they have a lot of passes, they're going to have a lot of possession. And if they do not have very many passes, not much possession, these guys are going to go under together, okay? Last part of this entry here is Dane Myers in the MLB to go over 5-hitter fantasy score. As you guys will see here, he's been on a nice little hot streak. Now, last game versus the Athletics, he does get 0, which is unfortunate, but I'm not going to stray that away or not let that deter me from taking him over right here. I do really like him, and I think he is going to easily hit this line over right here, especially if he can get 2 hits, runs, RBIs, all right? So this is the second part of the day, part of the play for the day. He's been on a nice little hot streak here, and let's hope that he can go over 5-hitter fantasy score, all right, guys? So this is a 5X for you guys. We did hit yesterday's play with Yordan and those White Cap players, so let's try to do it again. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for all the support. I truly appreciate it, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video.